Let's talk Leagues Cup, Herc, because Liga MX is going to have to take a break. So is MLS for Leagues Cup this year. 15 groups of 3 we're going to have in this 47-team tournament, which is set to start on July 21st, run through August 19th. We've got 4 groups in the East, South, and Central regions. We've got 3 groups in the West region, and then we got LAFC and Pachuca, who get a bye into the knockout rounds, which will start with the round of 32. Herc, of all these groups, which is your group of death?
Honestly, it's very difficult to find a group of death because I'm not just trying to pick like 2 teams. I want 3 teams that make sense. But let me give you the closest that I found with some very good narratives is Grupo Sur 3. So that would be Atlanta United, Inter Miami, Cruz Azul. In that group, you have Atlanta United with Gonzo Pineda that's going to be on the hot seat this year. Newly placed President of Operations, Garth Lagaway, with that big checkbook. Oftentimes a blank check, if you know what I mean. And there's a transfer window before this tournament kicks off. Something interesting could happen there. Inter Miami, David Beckham, and that team that splashes money around with Joseph Martinez that used to play in Atlanta United. Oh, and guess what? Cruz Azul, one of the biggest fan bases, most historic teams in Liga MX. Who knows what that transfer will look like for all these teams in play. This could be a very interesting group before the tournament even kicks off.
Blank checks. Look at those dad jokes flying from Herculez Gomez. All right, so I went with West 2, Herc. I went with West 2, which is your beloved Seattle Sounders, Rayados of Monterrey, and Real Salt Lake. Now, I know RSL looks like the weakest of the 3 in there, but let's not forget, RSL was in the playoffs last year and was in the Western Conference Final back in 2021.
So who's the weakest?
Well, I'm just saying, Seattle Sounders didn't make the playoffs last year.
Who's the weakest?
RSL is the weakest, but they're not weak. They're not weak. So I think Rayados, Sounders, RSL is a very difficult group. Another group that I like, West 1, Tigres, Portland, San Jose. You want to talk about narratives, interesting storylines?
You said
I like
San
the
Jose.
matchups.
You said
I like
San
the
Jose.
matchups there. You don't like
we
San
did
Jose?
interview Luchi Gonzalez, and he was very good in his interview and very, very honest about their current situation.
But you still don't respect San Jose, just to be clear. Okay.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.